It's Hump Day!
Hump Day!
Welcome to another Wednesday night. Welcome to Tropical Country on Tiki Man Radio. We are coming to you live from the Chocolate Bar Studios here in beautiful Harrison Bay, overlooking the majestic Chickamauga. Tonight's show brought to you by Legends Travel, the official travel company of Tiki Man Radio and official sponsor of Tropical Country with Dawg and Lou. We are coming to you live on Tiki Man Radio, tikimanradio.com, and also streaming live on the Tiki Man Radio YouTube page, courtesy of MFG Records Tropical Live Cam. Welcome, we made it back to another Wednesday. And I promise you, because it's going to be a great show, maybe a little more calmer than last week, because, Laura Lou's back in the house.
Hey, everybody.
And, of course, nobody can forget our good buddy, Golden.
Hello, everyone. I plan to, and I promise to behave tonight.
Oh, come on. It was fun.
I
only said, oh, my God, a couple times in Ohio.
That was probably 2 times too many.
Oh, my God. It was the funniest thing ever. Y'all were out of hand.
Yeah, we was told that we were just a little out of control, but ratings says it all. Ratings.
It was the most viewed show.
It has been the most viewed show that we on YouTube. It is the most viewed show that we have had to date. So thank you for that, for everybody who tuned in and stuck with us through that whole debacle.
Oh, Golden's not buying it. Golden's not buying it.
No, I look today, and I think the show that wouldn't end has more views.
You think?
Oh, really?
I think it
I don't
does.
know.
The 3-hour show?
I think the 3-hour show has. Well, it did go an hour longer.
It did go an hour longer, but on YouTube views, I know when we've ended every show, we're like, man, I can't wait till we make it to 100. And by the time the show ended last week, we were over 100. So thank you for that.
Everybody was like,
appreciate that.
Quick, log on and watch this train wreck.
Oh, the train derailed from the word go.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I laughed that hard. You guys are killing me.
It is. But I tell you, it's going to be a great show tonight. Tonight's theme picked by y'all is travel. And so we got a bunch of traveling music. So that's a good thing. And then coming up at 8 o'clock, we got country music superstar Donovan Lee Carpenter joining us. He's going to talk about his travels, and he's going to talk about new music that he's got coming out, and we're going to premiere some of that new music, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah, he's got a lot of cool stuff going on.
So we're going to see how badly I can flub up another video interview, and we'll go from there.
Right?
I bet you don't.
I bet you don't.
I bet
you never
flow
know.
through it. I bet you
never
flow
know.
through it.
You never know. So, but, travel was a good topic for this week since, we were traveling. Good news, we did get G-Raf and JT married off. So
yes, we did.
That went off without a hitch.
Oh my God, it was so amazing.
Yeah, and let me tell you, I was never more glad to. I'm glad it was a short stay, because other than the day of the wedding, which was sunshine and beautiful, wasn't as warm as I'd like, but it was sunshine and beautiful. The rest of the time we were up there, it was cold, it was wet, raining, wind blowing. It was absolutely miserable. So I was glad that we got back on the road and come back down here where it was a little more tolerable. Because
this place is it's fantastic.
Yeah, what can I say?
It's amazing.
You're looking at 2 Northerners that have been fully Southernified, because we have acclimated to the weather and we do not handle it well when we go back up north. So.
Oh Lord, I'm telling you, we went up there. All the way up there, it started when we were here. It was raining and storming. It got all the way up there, and it was the same up there, except colder.
Yeah.
A lot colder.
Can we make it any worse? Oh, here's some.
Yeah.
Here's some cold for you.
Yeah. And
exactly.
So, Dawg wears shorts as soon as he can, and so he packed one pair of jeans and a bunch of shorts, and so. He didn't end up wearing them. Poor guy had to wash his jeans, do all kinds of stuff. But the wedding itself, the day of the wedding was absolutely beautiful. It was about 63 degrees. Just gorgeous. It was just cold enough that I didn't wet my hair with sweat.
Right.
But,
Yeah, I knew I made a wardrobe indecision as soon as I got out, because I left here in a sleeveless shirt and shorts, and as soon as I got out of the car, I'm like, I messed up.
that's what he said.
Standard B-Dog attire. No
Right.
sleeves, shorts.
Right.
Yep. And I got out of the car, and I'm like, oh, it's a little bit nipply out here.
He said, I think I forgot where I was going today.
I did. I did. When cold and wet and rainy here, I'm still wearing sleeveless shirts and shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, not up there. Not up there,
No, but the wedding was absolutely gorgeous. My baby girl's married now.
Yep.
The reception, listen, if any of y'all are on my Facebook, I know there's a few people out there on my Facebook. I don't know how many are on Rachel's, but I was tagged in a photo of my husband.
No. I have to approve all tags. And when I got that alert for that tag, I did not approve that
I
tag.
did.
Oh. Yeah, that's just wrong. That's just wrong.
My husband has a photo
No.
of him with my daughter's man of honor.
Yeah,
He's been her best friend forever.
Yeah, her best friend since they were like in preschool, I think. Wasn't it?
Yeah. And so he tried to talk Rachel in because, since he was going to be in the bridal party, he was going to wear a dress like the rest of the bridesmaids. And she said absolutely not. So she brought him a dress to wear at the reception.
Nice.
So him and his girlfriend were wearing matching dresses and dancing around there for a little while at the reception. Thank God he put his jeans back on. I was a little traumatized, but he was the most fun of the whole reception.
And the thing that sold his dress was the shiny pink fanny pack he was wearing with it.
Nice.
And of course,
He did.
He finished off his ensemble with a cowboy hat.
Right.
Did he try to catch the bouquet?
He did.
Yeah, he did.
Awesome.
He did.
I would have.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
But, coming out of the church, of course, the groomsmen and the bridesmaids, they meet in the middle and then they walk out together. And so he had to walk out with one of the groomsmen.
Yeah.
And this little guy, Boone, is about 5'6",
5'7",
maybe 5'7".
Yeah, he's a little taller than that, about 5'7".
He was paired up with this groomsman who is a big old farm boy who's about 6 foot tall. And so when they met in the middle, they looked at each other, gave each other a nod, and all of us just went, oh my God, what's going to happen? So the big old farm boy, Seth, picks up Boone and carries him like he's carrying him over the threshold.
I was going to ask you
Ray
if he
carried him right back down the aisle.
All the way down the aisle and out of the church. It was a perfect moment.
So
Still be laughing about
and then
that.
then the
Oh my God, it
reception
was so
happened,
funny.
and then he reappeared at the reception in his dress,
Yes.
and I had some of my family, on that was there.
I think your family was a little
they
shocked.
they didn't know what to think of Boone. they just didn't, and they're like, "Is he okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's okay." And
His girlfriend's right over there laughing at him.
says, "You see that cute little blonde over there?" And she goes, "That's his girlfriend."
Yeah.
But I says, what's the funniest thing about the whole thing is, this guy has one of the most manliest jobs you can have. He's a daggone pipeliner.
An absolute roughneck.
He is a roughneck.
Yeah.
And here he is, sporting around the reception, wearing a dress and a pink fanny pack and a cowboy hat.
I bet he was comfy.
So
That's what he said. He said, oh
Well,
my God, this is way more comfortable than jeans. We're like, we know.
And by the end, he's pretty daggone drunk, too.
Oh, listen.
Then you got the fanny pack to carry around everything you need.
He wore the
Yeah.
no. I got to tell you, he wore the fanny pack during the wedding with the because their ensembles, they had dress shirts and vests and ties, and then they wore blue jeans and cowboy boots.
Right.
So he wore the pink fanny pack during the wedding, but when he opened it up, what he had little small packets of tissues for emergency use if needed.
And for the record, I only needed one of them.
Yes.
No beers?
So no beers.
Not in the fanny pack.
But
that was disappointing.
But in case you needed a quick snack, he also had a bag of Skittles.
Is that,
Yeah.
Okay.
In case your blood sugar was going to drop, he had you covered with the Skittles and the tissues.
Did you have alcohol and snacks? That's what goes in a fanny pack.
Because the wedding was at the church, the pre-party happened in the parking lot.
Yeah, we
we
lost the groom and groomsmen for a minute. They went outside to get their pictures taken before the ceremony.
Mm-hmm. That was the first mistake, was letting them outside the church.
Right. So then we had to make sure they were hidden before Rachel could come outside, because the groom can't see the bride. Right. So we go outside to see. We're hunting all over the church to make sure we're trying to get them back into the room where they're getting dressed, so that and tell them, do not come out. Rachel's out wandering around. So we can't find them. So we walk all the way around the church. We get to the back side of the church, and they're all sitting on the tailgate of the truck drinking beer. So then we decided we would just take pictures of Rachel in the front.
But you know what the excuse was? The excuse was, it wasn't wedding jitters or anything like that. They needed the empty cans to be able to tie on the back of the truck.
Right.
So
they didn't bring enough.
They didn't bring enough, so they had to empty the beer cans so they could tie them on the back. So it had nothing about doing wedding jitters and pre-partying. It was a necessity for decoration for the wedding. So, that's their story, and they're sticking to it.
I agree. Sometimes you have to do those things.
That's right.
Listen, we couldn't figure out.
Redneck in every way, I'm going to tell you.
Oh, well, it was back in our little small town. So, and the song that they didn't do hardly anything traditional other than she wanted a church wedding. But other than that, nothing really was traditional about it. And it was the most fun. Of course, I'm a little biased. But it truly was the most fun. Even the reception, except we couldn't figure out how we became the old people in the room.
Yeah.
But for we hung out.
It happens.
It does. The DJ packed up at 11. By 11:15, Boone had gone outside and gotten his speaker and brought it in.
And the party was back on.
And we finally left, I think, at 1:30.
1:30, and they were still going.
There was about a dozen of them, their friends, that were still partying. And last I knew, it was about 4:30 in the morning.
I would have packed the band up or left before the band. That's me.
I really thought, I was saying when the DJ packed up, I was like, thank God, I am exhausted.
Well, it was quite a party whenever they had 2 kegs and the kegs were drained.
Wow.
So
I wasn't even there.
It was a party. But
they didn't even have me there.
But we had it was a great time, and like you said, they're now the Mr. and Mrs. Morrison. So yes.
Could have been some of my kinfolk up there.
Who knows?
It could have been.
Keg drainers.
May have been. So
the kegs were drained by the next morning. They were empty.
All right. Well, let's move on to the shout-outs, because I know by the look of your face, there's some people saying some things about this whole thing.
Oh,
they are. I want to give a shout-out to that guy. He's watching tonight.
Hey, Mayor.
He said
I apologize about last weekend or last week's show.
Sorry about that.
I heard we kind of made him a little thirsty, and he had to tune out.
Well, he said this week, he says he used to be an altar boy.
Oh. Okay.
And he said he used to eat the wafer before it was blessed, and of course he drank the wine.
Right on.
All righty then.
And K-Cut, we are not empty nesters now.
No,
sadly.
no, we still have 2. Well,
Thanks,
we were,
Claudia.
Yeah, we were down to 1, and we had 1 at college. The other ones are all have their own lives, growing out, have their own lives, have kids, and all that good stuff. But so we were down to the 1 with the 1 at college. Well, then all of a sudden, the 1 at college decided that they didn't like it there no more, and they wanted to come home. So now we're back up to 2. But then somewhere along the line, the boyfriend came along, so we more or less got 3 in the house. And then, of course,
although he is not living there.
He's not living there,
he's just there a lot.
He's just there a lot. So
it's okay.
And, then, of course, the one we had at home, her boyfriend's there whenever possible as well. So, we have a full house.
Yeah, we didn't get that little one-bedroom cabin by the lake fast enough.
We're not that empty nesters, so.
Not yet.
No, we are waiting for it. We've made the conclusion that we're thinking about just moving out of the house, getting a little RV, so there's no room for them to come back.
Exactly. Once they're out, man, we're getting a little rinky-dink place
Yes.
that does not have an extra bedroom for them.
Yep. Sorry, it's only one bedroom. One bedroom. Sorry.
The couch might fold out if you figure it out.
I love them, but, everybody's got to go.
Time to leave.
We have Gina Smith.
Hey,
Smith
Gina.
out there.
Yep, Z and G, they're
Z and
both out
G,
there.
David and Gina.
We have the ambassador to all good things.
Hello to Michelle Myers.
Going on back up, we have
Mr. Jody Orr,
Scott Dyers out there.
the Chill.
Scotty Chill.
And
Hey, Scotty Chill.
he is coming into town next weekend.
Yes, he is. So we'll get to hang out with the Chill himself.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we have
So that's a good thing.
Party
Z&G
2 weekends in a
Patio.
row.
So, yep, Dave and Gina, Z and G.
Dave and Gina's out there.
Yeah.
Hello to everybody.
Hi.
Yes, and
It took us a minute, but
Just a minute.
We're gonna get it, you. We're gonna say hello to everybody.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
and Mrs. Golden says she is glad I am back.
Oh, so hello to our producer manager, Claudia of Golden Entertainment. I'm glad she didn't drop us after last week. I thought that she was about ready to rip that contract after last week. So
Nah, she's not leaving me.
So
Nah.
I'm thankful that she didn't. She kept us on as clients, and we're back for another week.
No, she leaves us. I'm going with her, so it wouldn't do her any good.
Well, Michelle said she is glad I am back too. So, for all of you who thought last week was amazing, I'm sorry it may be a little bit more boring because
No.
Mama Lou is back.
Oh, no.
She's
And-
no. Well,
Keeps us in track.
sometimes.
Listen, I do my best.
It just depends upon how much alcohol she gives me throughout the course of this show. Is how well the
That is true.
how well the plane stays level, the train stays on the track, and all those good things.
That is
So,
true.
yeah.
And hey, Ginger,
Hello, Ginger.
Hey, Ginger.
nice to see
Her
you
and Jody's
back.
out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, this week it was all about, the theme was travel. And, you think, well, that's a pretty easy topic to come up with music. Well, it is, but there's a problem. I come up with too many ideas.
Yeah.
Well,
Which way
it's
do you
kinda
go?
like when
Which
you-
way do you go?
Yeah.
Do you talk about travel destinations? Do you play, music about travel destinations? Do you play music about just the trip along the way? Do you talk about music about what mode of travel?
Trains.
Planes, trains, and automobiles. What do you do? There is
Mix it up.
there is just so many things to choose from. So I made a decision on this whole thing. I'm going to do it all, baby. I want to do it all, Miss Terry Clark. That's a good old 90s hit. How about that one?
That's great. I love her.
And that is, I'm going to dedicate that to all our Canadian friends, because for the user that don't follow country music, she is a Canadian country music singer.
Yeah.
So shout out to Verona Corona, producer Monica, and all those up there in Canada. So I hope some of them guys are watching.
I haven't seen them chime in, but
well, they should now. I played a song for them.
Right?
yeah, that should get you off your butts.
That's right. That's a song that's going to pump you up and set the theme of the night. Is we're going to have fun and we're going to do a little traveling.
Well,
How about
before
that?
we do that,
All right.
I've got a serious, it's another lesson from Lou moment, okay?
Here we go. It's
Listen.
a little early for lessons from Lou.
No, I got to get it out of the way. I just
We
can't.
need it since last
I just
week.
can't.
We need a couple of them today.
That is true.
So, lesson from Lou. Mm-hmm. And you can thank Gina for this one.
Okay.
I realize we're in the middle of a gas shortage. Not. But in a gas panic. Gas has become the new toilet paper moment. Do not, and let me repeat, do not put your gasoline into plastic grocery bags.
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
tie them
I saw that.
shut and put them in your trunk.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, somebody did
my
that.
God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They really did. And so now, listen, I have to tell you, right before I came
Number
over
one,
here,
it's a little dangerous because, gasoline
Static
will
electricity.
Gasoline will melt that plastic.
right.
I'm just saying.
quickly.
This is how bad it is. I thought when I saw it on Gina's page earlier, of course, I was like, I don't understand what people are thinking. But apparently it's not just that one person that was caught on video, because now the Consumer Product Safety Commission has literally put out a statement asking people do not fill plastic bags with gasoline.
You really had to
It is a
say
safety
that.
hazard.
Well, you know,
Yes.
on every
joke.
product, if you look at the safety warnings for every product, you look at some of those instructions and you're like, okay, that's really stupid. Who would do that?
You know,
It would
somebody
not
had
be.
to do
It would not be on the label if somebody didn't do it.
Right.
So there you go.
So there is your lesson from Lou today. Do not
Do not.
Do not. put your gas. Oh, listen, K-Cutch. Or plastic milk jugs or anything like that. Do not put your gas in it.
Yeah, it'll work.
That's what K-Cutch
I mean,
is saying.
that does work. I did it for years. Is it the safest thing in the world to do?
No.
But
it
will work.
Well, you know, it's got to work better than Yeah.
So, you know,
There's something wrong
a shout out to everybody. I know it's kind of a bad time, a little bit of bad timing that we're talking about travel and there's a gas shortage.
Right. How are we to know,
How
right?
ironic that happened, right?
Now, the other thing is we need to get rid of this gas shortage so that the chill can make it up here.
Well, yeah, the chill's got to be able to get gas, get up here.
That's right.
And certainly I would hope that it's over before November, before we make that long trip down to Key West.
Right?
So,
it'll be long done by then.
I hope so.
It'll be done later in the week if everybody quits.
Right?
So, if you listen to the people that are in the know, they're like, folks, there really isn't a gas shortage, but by panic buying, you just created one.
It's
it's not
like
because
the toilet paper.
It's not because there's a lack of fuel. It's that you bought it up so fast. Now they can't. Now the truckers they got to get it up here, and they can't get it back to as fast as they normally would because
right.
gas normally doesn't go overnight. And like I said, I was telling you, I talked to our local convenience store clerk down here by the house, and yesterday morning they got a delivery of 7,000 gallons of gas. By 9 o'clock last night, they were out completely.
Right?
It may have been done before that, but by 9 o'clock, they were completely out. So I'm like, okay, so when are you getting more fuel? He goes, I don't know. He says, we normally get a truck once a week. He says, now it's gone. We put in our order. He says,
it's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell if we're going to get a truck before that or if we have to wait till our next normal delivery.
Right.
So he said, everything's kind of sent everything in a tailspin.
Yeah, so
I know I've seen some videos of where the fuel trucks are literally backed up on the highway just waiting to try to get where they got to be. So, but there's a problem, because, they require fuel.
Right.
And there's got to be fuel in the pumps and all that stuff for them to get down here. So, listen, don't panic buy, relax, breathe. And if you need any more, if you just got to say to yourself, sometimes you just got to say to yourself, I got to get out of this place. You just really got to get out. You just really got to get out of here. A little Gary Seiler for you. That's right. Sometimes you just got to get out of this place and go somewhere a little more quiet and peaceful. That's warm and sunshine. How about that? That sounds like a plan to me.
November.
I'm ready to go now. Now.
Today.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, I hear rumors that the beautiful Bill Crawley and the beautiful Sean Crawley are listening.
Yes, they
Yes,
are.
they
They wanted
in.
to say hi to everybody.
Hey, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to, we're not sure what this is. Sometimes it's a train wreck, but it's always a good time. We, for sure. How could it not be? How could it not be a good time when you have nothing but great friends getting together to hang out and listen to some good music? Because that's exactly what we do with you.
That's exactly right.
All right. Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. I just came off that top of my head.
Very good.
I'm quick on my feet.
impressed.
I'm quick on my feet tonight.
He's drinking beer. That's what happens.
I haven't had one of Tiki Man's margaritas tonight, so I'm a lot more quicker than I was last week.
None for me, thank you.
Tiki Man's
Now
not
we
moving
know.
very fast.
You are not.
Now we know.
You are not allowed to have any more Jose Cuervo.
No more
No,
tequila for
I
Golden.
really don't want any.
I think you're allergic
I have allergies.
because your head swelled up and your hat got smaller. So
Everyone saw it.
I'm pretty sure that you are allergic to Jose Cuervo. So
My head
you
was
need
all
to
swole.
stay away from that.
And when my head swelled up, I couldn't think straight. So then we had other issues.
Everybody's like, I'm like, no, that hat's not little. His head's just that big.
His head is really that big.
I don't know. I was sitting up there in Ohio making centerpieces for the wedding. Mm-hmm. I looked up once. I saw your big foam hat. Then I looked over. I looked up a second time, and I see Golden's little hat. And then I see the Tiki Man bragging about how he had to win that hat. Outdrink.
He's got the real deal sombrero.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had to win that.
And then the next time I looked up, all I see is a drill.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my God.
Yeah.
So we needed maintenance.
Yeah, last week we kind of assembled a little band. It was Golden on maracas and Tiki Man on the drill.
Right.
And I was just, I don't know what I was doing.
We're in the studio. We've been in the studio this last week, so we're working on it.
Yes. And there's constant improvement going around here, because when the Tiki Man says, that he's also the maintenance guy, you saw proof of that last week, that he's always working on something here. So
Yeah.
He's always making.
So
He just doesn't always do it when he's on the air.
No, not normally, but when somebody else is flying the plane, I guess it's a good time to start fixing stuff.
Right.
Right. Gina said
that's
that,
all right.
Gina said that she'll take your share. Gina Smith said she'll take your share of the Jose
She'll take your
Cuervo.
Jose.
Please do. I'll send it to her.
That was the first words
We
out
put
of
it in a
Golden's
bag.
mouth
We
tonight.
put it in a bag.
No moss margaritas. No moss.
Please, no more margarita.
That was the first thing out of Golden's mouth tonight. He said, "Did you bring a newspaper to swat me with?"
I was going to bring you one just so you would swat me, because
Yeah.
I really needed it.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, because I didn't get in trouble.
No.
No.
All I got was, what were you thinking?
I think
You had
at
no
one,
control. You really didn't have much control.
No.
At one
You did have
point-
the board and the cameras. but
Yeah. But,
at one point, I yelled, "What the hell was that?" Other than that, and I don't even remember which moment it was.
There was
But you know
several
what?
to choose from.
I know that we advertised that things were going to be a little crazy without me here, and I was wishing
That's right.
good luck
Mama
to
Lou was out of the
everybody.
house, and the boys were in control.
Yeah, I really.
Well, the boys weren't in control. We were just here.
I kept warning everybody and apologizing ahead of time, but I thought I was joking.
Jose was in control.
Jose came for a visit.
Jose came. He was in control.
You want some tequila?
Oh, it was
Yes, please.
So funny.
Mas tequila, por favor.
Well, and I remember, like, within probably the first 10 minutes, I said, I thought Brian said he wasn't going to get drunk tonight because he wouldn't be able to fly the plane. And then a little while later, I was like, yeah, he can't fly the plane.
Hey, the plane did not crash. So
did not
It had a safe landing.
we even did mid-air repair. So
The best part was when we got outside after the show and sit and just giggled and laughed at ourselves.
yeah, that was the funny part, because a lot of times after the show's over, it's packing everything up, turning everything off, because
Right.
it's a work day. We gotta get up for work early the next day. So it's close everything up. Business is over. Party time's done. We got to go home. We got stuff to prepare for tomorrow.
I actually watched the video and was going, I actually said that.
Yeah. So that last week, obviously I'm on vacation. I didn't have to really be up that early. Well, I didn't think so. And so we sat out here at Heather's Patio Bar and rewatched the entire show. And we were involved with it, and we did all that. But sitting back as somebody as observing all the chaos that went on, we were sitting out there laughing at ourselves, going, "Oh my God, I can't believe I did that. That's funnier than hell, but I can't believe I did that."
I can't believe I just said that.
So it was a good time. But
It was.
we are moving on past last week's show. Nice recap I'm glad you're up to date now. And everybody who was, if you was not here and you did not see it, go over to YouTube, to the Tiki Man Radio YouTube page, if you dare, and give it a watch, and you can see what train wreck really looks like. Because it's one of those things. I can't look away. So that's kind of like what it was. So.
It was.
So go over and give it a look, see, and see what you think, and check out some of them other videos out there. Tiki Man's been working on a lot of videos of Key West, and you got a lot of the interview videos that are out there that you can watch with the different artists, and so there's a lot of content. So if you have not subscribed to the Tiki Man Radio YouTube page, you need to do that so that you can get all the alerts and when this stuff is live, so you can see it as it's happening. And of course, our live stream is brought to you by MFG Records, Tropical Live Cam, MFG Records, music for grown-ups. If you are an artist out there and you're looking for somebody to get a hold of your music and take it to the next level, check out MFG Records, and they will treat you right. That's Dave Sines and Beth Travers. So, how about that?
That was good.
Yeah. That was great.
I try.
You get through it real quick.
Hey, I do want to say...
I'm getting a little better at it. It's getting a little smoother.
Very good at it.
It's getting a little smoother. I'm not as good as the Tiki Man. I strive to have that mellow voice.
You need the mellow voice.
That Travel Channel voice. I strive for that, but I fall drastically short.
That 3 a.m. voice. Keeps you asleep.
Yeah.
I love that voice. I do like that voice.
And I definitely don't. This is Tom Tucker, voice of J-Man. I don't have that voice. I just can't. I can't do it. I am who I am, so just deal with it.
I had a one time. Whenever I worked in an office in Ohio, after I became a nurse, I was a case manager, and we had these cubicles that we had to work in. And, when you're making your voicemail recording, you don't want everybody else hearing you talking to your voicemail. So I was talking real low, real soft, and I left this, hi, my name is Laura, blah, 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 message. So I'm off for the weekend. I come back, and there's this 85-year-old lady that I had gone to see multiple times, but for whatever reason, she decided she needed to call me and ask me a question. So 8 a.m. on a Monday morning, I'm dragging, and everybody knows, do not even speak to me till 10 because I don't function before that. So I'm sitting at my desk, and all of my coworkers thought I went crazy. I had this message from an 85-year-old lady. All I heard was, "Oh my God, you should be a phone worker." So I'm over there just laughing my ass off. And of course, everybody thinks I've lost my mind because I don't function before 10. So now every time I hear Danny's voice, I think of that. But I was laughing so hard at this woman, and I just had this image of myself laying.
What are you wearing?
Yeah, laying in that, like the old satin robe with the fuzzy around
the fuzzy sleeves.
Yeah, the fuzzy
sleeves.
And I was going to tell everybody that I was this 6 foot, 120-pound, blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman laying there. And then I thought, oh, my God, I have little kids. Because the girls were none of them were in high school, and I think the youngest two were like 3 or 4 at the time. And so then all I could think is, kids, don't answer the red phone. But
what are you doing? Mama's got to work.
Mama's working. Don't answer the red phone.
Here.
Yeah. So,
oh, God.
And Mr. Scott, it did not work out because I was afraid they would answer the red phone. So
do not
answer that red phone.
So I'm still a nurse, and of course I couldn't do it in person because I can't afford to pay them to come after it. So
Yeah.
At least on the phone I could have pretended.
That is too funny.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, how did I start the Off the Rails this time?
See?
We're still on. We're still on. We're still on the rails.
See, it's all your fault.
We're still on the rails.
Well, moving into this week's theme, which was travel, in case anybody lost track of that. I think we should talk about travel.
Okay.
So, I think we'll start out. We're going to go around the room. This is going to be show and tell time.
Uh-oh.
We're showing, just tell time.
Just tell time.
Just tell time. You can.
I ain't showing.
We're not showing nothing because we don't want to get kicked off the YouTubes.
Right.
Show the tattoo.
And then because I know, talk as kids that you talked about all the vacations and all the traveling that you did with your mom and dad. Mm-hmm. What would you say your favorite trip was?
Oh Lord, that's hard.
See, I put you on the spot because I didn't tell you I was going to ask you, did I?
I know, no. From the pictures, because I was young, from the pictures, it looks like my favorite would have been Disneyland in California. Mm-hmm. Back in the day when my parents took me there. Mm-hmm. But honestly, probably my favorite vacations ever, we used to just drive. We had a lake in Ohio called Tappan Lake. Mm-hmm. And so back in the day, if you decided to spend the night there, you could just literally just pick a spot on the side of the road and pitch your tent.
Oh, nice.
And you didn't have to go into a campground and make reservations and all that stuff. So, yes, Chill, I agree. Everybody on YouTube answered the question as well in the chat box. But so Dad would drive around until he found a spot that he, was flat and had surrounded by trees and all private and all that stuff. And we would just pull off the side of the road, pitch a tent, and we would cook. I remember my mom getting out the old Coleman camping stove, and we would just fish and camp for 2 or 3, 4 days. And it was the most fun because there's nothing like waking up in the morning. Of course, it was always at the crack of dawn because the sun comes through the tent and wakes you up. And then getting up and seeing the fog over the lake and hearing all the animals. And, I mean, it was even at that time, and I was probably, I was between, I'd say probably between 5 and 10. And that was probably my favorite. We never knew where exactly we were going to end up. We would just kind of park and pitch a tent.
You actually robbed my story.
I'm sorry.
You didn't rob it, but mine was similar because I didn't grow up. We didn't grow up with a lot of means.
Right.
My mom was a single mother, so It was Lake Lanier for us.
Oh yeah.
I remember my mom picking us up the last day of school. Mm-hmm. I didn't even go home.
Really?
No, we were she had the car packed, ready.
That's awesome.
The tent, the coolers, the food, everything in the car. Picked us up from school, drove us to Lake Lanier for a week.
Oh, how fun!
And we did that. That was our summer vacation. We would go 2 or 3 times a year instead of going off far somewhere.
Right.
We would rather go there 2 or 3 times a summer.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And that was our thing. And it's the same thing. Crack it on up. You wake up and Mom's cooking on the camp stoves.
Yep.
And all that going on. And we're fishing. We're playing in the water. Yep. It was just so much fun, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think that was the
best.
best.
You guys had great childhoods.
They weren't bad.
Mine was pretty good. It had its moments, but it was good.
My vacations every year when I was a kid was the exact same. My parents sent me to camp. So
was it the bad kids camp or was it?
We're getting rid of you for the week.
Well, I spent every year, at least 1 week every year at Boy Scout camp.
Right.
So that was pretty much every year July, because we always made sure that we went to Boy Scout camp around the same time, because there's nothing like experiencing Boy Scout camp for Christmas in July.
Oh, yeah.
So we always made sure it was that week in July whenever we'd have Christmas in July there. And for those of you who've never heard of Christmas in July, you're missing out, because every day should be like Christmas. It really should. And at Boy Scout camp, the whole camp decorate the Christmas tree, and we celebrate Christmas in July, which was always a fun thing. Mm-hmm. And then I guess I had too much fun at Boy Scout camp and all the stuff, and that I may have gotten into because I normally came home from Boy Scout camp long enough for Mom to hand me another bag, and then they sent me to church camp.
Nope.
So then I'd have to spend another week at church.
We're not ready for you yet.
You're going.
I'd have to spend another week at church camp to repent for what I did at Boy Scout camp.
Right.
Listen, I think
because all boys are going to be up to no good.
I think K Kutch needed church camp after his camp. He said he got sent home for urinating out of the bunkhouse.
Yeah, that would have been me. That would have been me. I would have done that too.
Oh, well.
Yeah, the mayor says I'm better on tequila.
Yeah. Well, coming up here shortly, if you didn't catch the opening dialogue here, we have a special guest tonight. Donovan Lee Carpenter is going to be joining us here at 8 o'clock to talk about his new music, tell us where he's been, what he's up to, and all that good stuff, because he's been a busy guy. He has, so we're going to catch up with him on that. Yeah. And, you mentioned, your daddy, and, they took you all over the place and everything. So I figured let's play a song that, Daddy would approve of. How about that?
I love it.
Because just like anything, like you said, Daddy took you everywhere, right?
He did.
I was toting my pack.
A little Johnny Cash. I've been everywhere. That'd be a good song for a karaoke night, wouldn't it?
Oh, listen. It'd be a good song for a drinking game. If you miss a city, you have to drink.
Yeah, because he rattles through quite a few towns there. So
right.
Do you know all the towns that Johnny Cash sang about?
Huh?
Since you left the room, I'm giving you a pop quiz.
I don't think I've been to many of them.
Well, I caught Knoxville in there.
Yeah, I've been to Knoxville.
So I think you've been there.
Yeah.
Golden had that look on his face like I did out at the Tiki Bar 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
We were sitting out there at the Tiki Bar, and Danny played a song.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, and I'm not going to mention the artist, but Danny played a song, and I was like, oh my God, I love his voice. Who is that? Next thing I know, my husband smacks his fist down on the table. He's like, I played him on the freaking show last week. Do you listen to our show?
Listen?
What she is shortcutting. That was like the third or fourth song that came across. She goes, I really like that. I like that song.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
I had said it about a couple other ones.
She had said it about, and I'm like, I literally played that song on the show last week. And then she continued to do it like 3 or 4 more times. And then finally, Danny and I looked at her and go, do you even listen to the show you're on?
She's too worried about what I'm going to say. She's going to be like ready on defense.
I'm like, I've come to the conclusion she just tunes me out.
Right.
Which wouldn't be no different because it'd be kind of like at home.
You do it at home. I do it at the radio station. But
it's a trade.
Well, it's usually because Golden and I are sitting over here talking during the music. But I've been good. I'm purposely keeping my headphones on in between, while the songs are playing tonight so I can hear them.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. So, alrighty then. So, anybody else we should be saying hello to real quick?
Well, I think K Kutch is out there.
K Kutch.
He's out there.
Yeah.
Oh, he said he just dropped a chicken drumstick down into the coals. He must be grilling.
I did that earlier in the week.
5-second rule: pick it up out of the coals and hose it off, and there you go.
I did that once. My barbecue grate had given up and was had some wires hanging loose, and I'm just too cheap to buy another one because that one's good and seasoned. And then my neighbor saw it go down, and then the next day I come home and there's a new grate sitting up next to my grill.
I was gonna say,
you go, buddy.
I actually thought about you today because I saw something on Facebook Marketplace that I thought would have been the perfect size, and for some odd reason I just thought of your fire pit when I saw this.
Oh, what was it?
You know the big, it's almost like the wrought iron style patio furniture, like the big round table, and the table's like a grate.
Oh yeah.
You set that on top of the fire pit.
Set that on top of the fire pit, and then you have a grill the size of your fire pit.
Oh,
that's a good idea.
I saw that on Facebook Marketplace. It was only like $50, and that was the table and 4 chairs. But you know,
that's better than the idea that I had.
you could dismantle that
Yeah.
that table and sit that thing, and because it has a lip on, so it's sit up off of it, and it's about the perfect size.
Wow, that's a great idea.
Hey.
For a great. No, I was gonna get a swing set.
You know, they wrote those jingles. Real man of genius for me, right?
They did. I was going to get a swing set and like chains and stuff and hang stuff off the top of the fire pit. I was going to do that. I am going to do that. So
Yeah.
you know, I'll get inventive. All
right.
And we have. I'm sorry, Golden. Go ahead.
Oh, just as soon as I get my new fab equipment, I'm gonna purchase some more. You know, I'm gonna get back into fab.
Oh, good. You were so good at it. I was looking at those pictures last time I was here.
You should see some of the stuff that I have in my toolbox that I have pictures of things that I've built.
Really?
The fire trucks. They were fantastic.
That's awesome.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we do have a request for another theme.
We do.
We do.
Well, next week's theme next week's theme is already have been selected, and so
we can make an announcement in a little bit.
So in a little bit, we will be making an announcement of what next week's theme will be, and then so any suggestions we will get will go toward the week after.
Right.
So because I'm planning 2 weeks ahead for this stuff now.
I know.
I am doing my best to bring you the best possible programming here on Tropical Country.
We'll talk about our artists.
Right.
Yes.
And,
yes. We're gonna let the cat out of the bag here a little later. But first, we have an important guest coming up very shortly, within the next 5 minutes. Who would be Donovan Lee Carpenter.
Absolutely.
Hopefully that I get the cameras and everything right, and everything will go off without a hitch.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. What could possibly go wrong?
Well, yeah.
So to start everything out, we need to play some intro music. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
Yes.
I think it's important.
We can give a little bit of background too.
Yeah. Well, this song, first song I'm going to play is actually I'm going to call a re-record that has been re-released as a single. Original song was on his last album, the Donovan Lee Project. It was Waste My Life Away, but they went to Nashville, worked everything out, did some tweaking.
Nashville magic.
Did some tweaking here and there and everywhere, and they came up with the Waste My Life Away, the Nashville Sessions. Woo! Donovan Lee Carpenter, Waste My Life Away. All right, here we go. Here's the moment of truth. Can I do it? Can I do it? We're going to see if we can see if I can do it. Here we go. You have faith in me? I hope somebody does. And hey, you there?
Hold on.
You there?
I'm here. Are you there?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hey, success. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Donovan Lee Carpenter. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, man, it's an honor to be here with you, B-Dawg. Good to see you.
I appreciate you taking your time out of your busy schedule, because you're a busy guy these days.
Oh, we try to be. It's not been easy here lately, but we try to be as busy as they'll let us.
What all you're up to? Fill us in.
Well, I mean, we're up to a lot of things. Right now, we're all promotion, the website for the new single, the commemorative vinyl that we've put together, a couple of songs I've done with Tiffany, a couple of songs like you talked about we redid, went back in for Waste My Life Away Nashville Sessions.
I love that mix, by the way. I love that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we kind of souped it up. The producer that we've been working with Tiffany, went and listened to all of my music before we went in and cut some of my new songs, and he was really excited about that song and wanted to go back in and put a little bit of flavor to it, kind of the Nashville flavor, if you will, my Texas style too. So I'm just really proud of the musicians that came to work that day, and the project we put together is just, I believe, outstanding.
Add a little more meat to the bone, as they say, right?
It does.
Well, I definitely love that. And I know you said you've been doing some work with Tiffany. That was a name. When I heard that, I'm like, that hasn't been a name that I've really heard of in prominence for like 20 years. So what is that like?
In 1985, if somebody would have told me that one day I would be able to write and cut a song with the talented Tiffany, I'd have told him, you're out of your mind, you're crazy. There's no way this cowboy would ever get there. But I'm telling you, it's been a whirlwind since January. We have written some new songs, jumped into the Studio B in Nashville, and here we are with what I think are really good. The next 3 songs from Donovan Lee. Everybody's been waiting on what Donovan going to do next.
Exactly. We have high expectations of what you've been putting out lately. So, when you say something's new's coming out, we're definitely get excited to hear what you have.
Oh, sure. And I just couldn't be more proud of this project with Tiffany. I mean, she's got the vocals that everybody searches for and wants to have. And just as gracious as she could be, we've become great friends. And we've spent a lot of time together. And I'm just really proud of Only Love Carries On. It has a message that I think, me enough to know that I want to do music that has messages behind them, and
absolutely.
Through all the things that's happened to everybody through the pandemic, and all the things that are going to be coming at them this year, the truth is, only love carries on.
Absolutely, it's a great message, and I tell you what, you guys, you harmonize very, very well. I'm not gonna lie, I was like, Tiffany, wow. Okay, I remember back in the day, I may or may not had a little crush on her when I was a teenager,
right?
And I'm like, wow, I just never thought of that pairing is you and her. How did that come about?
Well, again, it's not something that we searched out to do, but I've always said, as a singer and as a songwriter, it doesn't matter to me who writes the song as long as I can deliver it and carry it to an audience and move somebody with it. But this came about really just by circumstance. I happened to have a couple of shows over in Flagler Beach in Florida, and we had a mutual friend and ended up being at a private New Year's party together, ended up doing a couple of shows together out of that. And then from that point, we just really have become fast friends and have talked about just really helping each other on the independent side of music. She's got a lot of history, a lot of success, but also in the midst of refinding her music, and I think she's redialing it in a little bit to the rocker side, kind of getting away a little bit from that pop sound, but as strong as vocal ever could be.
Oh, absolutely.
I'd never imagined that I could have worked with somebody of that caliber. I think it's a testament, though, to really that good things happen to good people as long as you keep working, keep striving, keep going, keep doing. Good things will happen to you.
Well, that's awesome. Well, how about we play Only Love Carries On featuring Tiffany with Donovan Lee Carpenter, and then we'll come back and we'll talk some more. How about that?
Sounds great.
Wow, that is a great song. Very powerful vocals. You did a great job on that. I love it. You're there. You there? There you are. There you are.
There we are. Thank you, man. I'm telling you, that was just to be in the studio with the caliber of talent that Tiffany has. I truly learned, a lot of things from her, and I'm just so proud of that project. I think it's a song that'll stand the test of time, and I think it'll live forever.
Well, you definitely should be proud for sure, because there's nothing wrong with that song at all. Very powerful vocals. So tell us what else. You on the road traveling? What are you doing now?
Yeah, we're on the road. We just got back. We've got a couple of shows coming up. Again, Flagler Beach, Orlando, Daytona. We've got a couple of shows coming up in Illinois. A couple of shows in Michigan. We're going to try to hit Tennessee on the way there and on the way back. We've also got some stuff we're working on trying to get out to Texas. So we're definitely around the Gulf Coast, up and down. The best way to find out is go to my webpage, go to my Facebook fan page, really on the www.donovanleemusic.com. You can keep tabs on all of our schedule. We're adding new shows all the time. There was a little time where we had some shows that we were having to cancel and that kind of stuff through the pandemic. So we've got new shows popping up all the time. So if we're not in your city yet, we plan to be. So keep going to that website, checking out the calendar, and see where we're going to be there.
Yeah, it definitely didn't look like the pandemic slowed you down any.
Well,
when in doubt, get in the studio, right?
It definitely slowed things down, but I think you have to have a positive attitude.
Right.
I think you have to drive through the pain sometimes and just keep going and keep trying and keep doing what you do best. And
did you take the
smiling and
opportunity
touching
to
people is what we do?
Did you take the opportunity to do a bunch of writing during that time?
Yeah, oh, sure. We've got a lot of ideas. We've got, I've got songs coming out of my ears. It's really on the independent side. It's truly about funding these songs, one song at a time. That's why it's so important for an independent musician like me to go to my website, purchase our commemorative vinyl that we're putting out. We've got a pre-sale right now, so you can help us get the vinyls cut, get back into the studio. It's things are a little different for a musician these days, and we need you to buy our music. We need you to buy the record and go on your Amazon. Amazon and Spotify and those things, and put our song on your playlist.
And we definitely want them to buy it directly from the artist, because everybody knows Spotify, Amazon, and all that. It doesn't help support the artist, because you get morsels from that. Get it directly from the artist, because that will go to the artist and better support them. So.
And that's why we felt important to put it on a vinyl and make it something that's commemorative, that's going to last forever. You're going to get a couple of songs that Tiffany and I did together. You'll get a new song, a song that we redid again. One of my very first songs that I wrote, Waste My Life Away Nashville Sessions, when I had the idea to come to Nashville. So, definitely, go to our website and pre-purchase that record, because it's going to be one it'll stand the test of time, number one. Number two, there's only going to be limited number of copies of those. I'm going to autograph the first 200, so you got to get there and get it now.
I love the sound when you say vinyl. I love the vinyl, because there's nothing, these youngsters just don't know. I think they're rediscovering vinyl, and it's about time, because music takes a whole different feel when it comes on vinyl. It really does.
So. It really does. And now with the way that music is distributed so often, it's so easy to lose that song on a playlist, or to lose that song that once you've got digitally had it, but to really have it forever and to have those cracks and pops, and you're right there in the studio. Studio B it's an amazing studio to be in. Number one, my idols have all recorded there and had gold records come out of it. So we're shooting for platinum, but we won't go too far. So.
Well, Laura Lou's got a question for you. She's over here waving her hand, going, "Me." She got her hand up like she's in class. Me.
I actually, I just wanted to say, Donovan, I thank you for that song that you did with Tiffany. I lost both of my parents within the last, hasn't been a year yet for Mom, just hit a year for Dad.
Yeah.
And that song really, really touched my heart. So I heard you earlier saying, that music needs to mean something, and that song really does. So I wanted to say thank you for that.
Oh, that's so kind. Thank you so much. That's why it was really important for me to put the in loving memory for my little brother on this one.
Yeah.
It really, I believe, I hope anyway, is a song of healing and helping others to remember those loved ones that we've lost. So thank you for saying so. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I can tell you, we're getting a lot of comments. People are really loving the new music that we played, because coming in before the interview, we played the Nashville sessions of Waste My Life Away, and people were digging it. But you know what else they're digging? They are digging that shirt you're rocking tonight there, brother.
We've got a lot of jealous people watching.
Yeah, when are we going to get you back down here?
Hey, you ain't had a good time till you had one at the chocolate bar. I can tell you that from personal experience right there. Now,
we're going to be able to...
we're working our way down there. We had plans to come this year, and But right now we've got to take every paying gig that we can get, and we've actually got a show this year. That's a really good show, but it's that weekend, so we won't be able to make it there that weekend, but we will be in there in spirit, you definitely, for sure. And I'm just letting that new stage out there get christened a little bit more and then we can rock the house.
That's awesome. Well, I can't let you go without talking about the last song that we talked about. And we're going to be playing it. Concluded in the interview, we're going to be playing "Always About a Woman." Why don't you tell us about that single?
Oh, I'm just so excited. The way this one turned out, I'm just, again, really proud of it. This is one of those songs for me that it's kind of a defining moment for Donovan Lee music coming full circle. This song was brought to me at my very first debut show we put together December back in 2018, and I had a band come with me from Nashville to Chicago. We had a sold-out show. It ended up being a great debut performance and show, but the drummer that we had that day has since become a great friend of mine. One of the songs that really got me introduced, not just to music, but to vocally singing for a crowd and getting some excitement, some feedback from other people, has always been "The Fireman" by George Strait.
Oh, I love that song.
Absolutely, it's always
love
been
King
a
George.
go-to. If you want to know a little bit about Donovan country, listen to George Strait. So what happened was that Ricky, the drummer that I had, his daddy was on the writing group that wrote that song.
Oh, very cool.
So for that to be such a pivotal song for me, to have Ricky as my drummer on that debut show, and then to come full circle, I always told him if I can ever get back in the studio and an opportunity to do this song, I'd really love to pay back a little bit that you've given me that day. So I'm just really proud of it. It is a song that I think I'm hoping will give listeners a little bit different side of Donovan Lee music. So with the duet with Tiffany, we hope to bring you a sound and a vibe, if you will, with that song. And I've had a lot of slow country. I'm a dance, a two-step singer. I'm a troubadour. Love songs.
You do have some dance moves. We're witness to that.
Yeah. So this one has been really exciting for us to put out there, kind of that outlaw country sound. And when you listen to this song, I hope that it takes you to that backwoods where you come from, no matter where that might be. But it's truly, no matter what we do now, for guys like you and me and that old Danny, I'm telling you, and if you're at the chocolate bar, it's always about a woman.
And that is for sure. So, and we're going to play that as we end the interview. But where are you going to be next? The people can see you.
Yeah, again, we've got new shows popping up all the time. I just talked to a guy. We're putting a show together in Miami. We're putting a show together in Orlando. So we do have a few shows coming up in Flagler Beach and in Orlando, Central Florida. We've got one coming up in Illinois that the public is welcome to. We've got several. Again, go to the website, DonovanLeeMusic.com. Go to the calendar, check out, because we're putting new things on there all the time. As soon as we get booked, we throw it on that calendar. You'll know as soon as we do.
Awesome. I appreciate it. And one last time for everybody that's listening and watching, what is the page that they need to go to get those nice vinyl records and to get all the information on Donovan Lee Carpenter?
You can only get that vinyl record out at www.donovanleemusic.com.
All right, we appreciate you coming in and being on the show, Donovan. It was the goal to get you on the show right from the beginning. Once we came up with the concept that it was going to be a country music show, we was like, well, we got to have Donovan Lee. So I appreciate you coming in, and where you're going to leave everybody with "It's Always About a Woman." Take care.
Truly an honor, brother. Thank you.
Hey, on the road again, Mr. Willie Nelson.
And we're back.
And we're back. Just like that, we're back on the road.
That's right.
Yeah, how about that?
I know. We got some static going on.
How about that? We better?
Oh,
better?
I thought that was
Yeah.
just me.
Oh, no.
No, it was me.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
It was you this
Nope,
time.
still back. Hey,
Um,
your daddy's watching us.
My daddy's
Your
watching.
daddy's watching. He messaged me
Holy
and said,
crap!
Awesome.
first time that he has seen our show.
Big Bad Daddy is watching.
Well, hello.
Well, he should because I kept.
Oh, he's even chatting now.
Oh my gosh! Because when we were up there, I'm like, "Have you watched the show?" And he couldn't figure it out, so I got it all set up so he could watch it on the big screen.
And he is.
And he's figured out the chat as well.
Yes, he must
He did
have.
that without me because I didn't show him that one.
Yeah. I believe. Let me look. I can't see that far away. Oh, he sent us the dab.
Oh, the dab. Oh, nice.
All right. You may have to start doing like me and actually wear your glasses so you can see something.
You know, I might because I watched some of these shows back and I'm like staring down. I need a phone clip for the microphone stand or something.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah.
You did.
Danny!
Well, I could bring my computer, but
Calling the maintenance man. Put
Right.
in that work
I need to put in a work order.
Don't call him in here.
No, Lord.
No telling what
Yeah.
he'll do.
But I definitely want to thank Don and Leave Carpenter for joining us and telling us about what he's got going on. And
Yeah.
I love that sound of vinyl records.
I know. You're right. There is something about a vinyl record that I know. Even cassette tapes. We were so excited to get away from vinyl and then cassette and improved quality and all that stuff. But there is something about that old school vinyl that just takes you back in time.
Well, with a record, you get that little bit of white noise and that
Yeah.
snap and that pop, and it just adds character to the music.
It really does. And now all the kids, even Alicia, who's all about the high tech stuff, she loves her vinyl records.
Delicious vinyl.
Yeah,
is what I call
I
it.
was really
Oh,
surprised.
that's a good one. Delicious vinyl. I like that. Gold.
Yeah, I like delicious vinyl. I have a huge stack.
Oh, do you?
Yes, I have a big stack of vinyl.
I used to because, back in my DJing days, that's how we did it.
Two turntables in
I carried a bunch of milk crates.
I remember the milk crate.
Full of vinyl records. You had your your big albums, and you had your little 45s. Depending upon if you were just buying a single or the full album, and
We ran cassette and CD. We didn't do that when I
headphones
DJ'd.
in there.
Oh, yeah?
And getting that record just queued up just right, and so you get that fader going. Yeah. That
All right, pull her out, put her in.
was back
Yeah.
when DJing was work.
It was.
You didn't just pop a disc in, or actually now it's a playlist. You just
Yeah.
And yes, Gino,
then you pretend.
vinyl is like
I was-
ridiculous price right now.
I was never the wiki woo DJ.
Good.
No.
I don't see you as a wiki woo.
I wasn't doing that wiki woo
I didn't
crap.
see that.
Yeah, that was not me. I was not that kind of DJ.
Yeah, I like the prices.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with Gina and Scott. I like the prices of vinyl back in the day.
Yeah.
And I can't figure out why it's so much more expensive. I think,
Supply and demand.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is funny because
And they have to, I'm sure they had to buy new old equipment to record with and things because everybody had upgraded.
Well,
To press it.
So,
To press the vinyl. Yeah.
the prices, everything have went up. We go over here. We have McKay's.
Yeah.
Over here that they sell you used books and all that, but
Yeah.
they have a huge library of vinyl records.
Yep.
And it amazes me how a record that would have cost $10-12
Yeah.
back in the 80s, 90s, right around in that area. Let's just say 80s. $10-12, in the 80s. You go to get the used album now, and you're paying $25 for that same album, and it's used.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that tells you something about the quality and just what vinyl does for music. That,
Right.
Before.
Oh, Lord.
Oh no.
Do what?
Well, somebody put in a work order, so guess what? The maintenance man has shown up.
Pay no attention. It would be mine. He's going to do some work here.
What?
Hold on here. I got to use his microphone. Yawn.
Yawn?
I don't know if I got it.
He's not on my ears.
Hello.
Nope. There you go.
Hello, 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 hello.
Had to keep on going.
There we go.
I've never used that button before.
never used that button before.
I've never went that deep on the board.
We got a new camera.
Yeah.
Why did I not know about that?
Yeah, you got one staring right at you.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
Lord.
Sitting right over here next to you, baby. Hey, I just wanted to pop in here and say like we had a lot of requests for the chocolate bar T-shirt.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't.
Thanks, Donovan.
I didn't know. Yeah, Donovan Lee modeling that. He just kind of all of a sudden sold T-shirts,
Well, those are collector items. They're only available at the chocolate bar,
which
And,
means you got to bring your butt here to get one.
Yeah, and we'll get some more. We get another order of those in for the summer party.
Nice.
They do say I got dipped at the chocolate bar on the back,
Fantastic.
which is really cool.
And we've been dipped at the chocolate bar more than once.
But Island Jay was watching the show, so he was talking
he
about,
was.
we really need to get those on the website.
Yeah.
So he's in the T-shirt business. Believe it or not, I am not. But hey, we might make those available if everybody really wants them.
Yeah, yeah. So, because
Yeah.
it's all you need is something more for somebody to copyright.
Well, there's that. Yeah, you're getting big time when you got the attorneys saying, "Hey, we're all over this. Don't worry about it."
Right.
When you got, they say, copy is the biggest form of flattery.
Well, that's
so,
true.
So when they're stealing your designs to sell,
Yeah.
you made it.
Well, that copying thing has been, for what I do, has been going on a long time, but it's first time for the T-shirts, I think, that we're aware of. Yeah, Island J is all over that. This is not the first time that that's happened on some of his products as well. So he's got all kinds of lawsuits involved with that. So.
He's a pro at it.
He is a pro at it. But just want to say great job with Donovan Lee. It's good to see him.
Hey, I appreciate it. I didn't screw up the cameras, thank God. And didn't.
Man, that went smooth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it was
smooth.
good.
Man, that was smooth. That was smooth.
Because the last thing I want to do is make an artist look bad.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah, that
So
would be
everything went smooth, and I'm glad. I'm thankful that he had the time, took out the time actually to
Yeah.
sit down with us and
Yeah,
have
he's
a
got
chat.
a show tonight, right?
I'm not sure if he does. I knew they had
think he
shows
does.
going on, so I don't know if
Yeah.
he's in between what he's got going on there, but
Yeah.
for sure, I know he's a busy guy and had to take some time out for us. So,
Well, there you go.
I definitely appreciate that. So, you said Scotty Chill is listening, huh?
Scotty
Yes.
Chill. He'll be
Yeah,
here
Chill.
this weekend.
Well, the Chill sent in a song request. And since you're in here there, Danny, you can appreciate the sound request because it is a song from the best damn movie ever played.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. How
there you go.
about a
That's
little
traveling.
Eastbound and down,
baby? Oh, T-shirt travelogue. That is the Boat Drunks.
Listen, I think they have taken. Is that where you got your idea from? The man has. Y'all know that the man has more T-shirts than anyone I've ever seen, and I think every time we go somewhere, that's the only thing he wants is a T-shirt.
Give me a T-shirt.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But tonight's theme has been, if you haven't figured it out, it's all been all about travel. And because it's all about travel, we have to let everybody know that our show is brought to you by Legends Travel.
Legends
Yes.
Travel.
Legends Travel. If you are looking to book your next vacation, all-inclusive resort, take a cruise, go to Disney, even a destination honeymoon,
Yes.
you need to reach out to the folks at Legends Travel at 732-831-5200 or check them out online at JBL Travel Group.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, Mr. Danny Tatade. I hope I pronounced that correctly. But
Okay.
he is a trop rock artist that goes. He just chimed in.
Mm-hmm.
He is a trop rock artist that is. Thank you. That is going to be here for the summer party.
Oh, very nice. Very
Danny
cool.
just talked to him. Tiki Man talked to him on the phone right before the show, and looks like he is going to be at the summer party as well. So we look forward to meeting you in person, Danny.
Yes.
And yeah, I can't wait. That's pretty awesome. So
that
we have
is
another
awesome.
artist.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
So, tonight it just went quick.
I know.
I mean, I'm
Too fast.
I'm
Today,
look-
he
I'm
says
looking
today,
down here
like
and I'm
today.
like,
Oh, today like
You
today.
know,
Yeah, today like today.
I'm
Oh,
like,
thank
today.
you. Thank
Today.
you.
I'm like,
So
how
Danny today.
How the show? There was a time when we didn't know how we was going to do an hour, let alone do a 2-hour show, and then now we're looking at the clock going, is it time to quit already?
I know.
So,
but you know what?
we still have a little time. We still have a little time.
Oh, come on.
We still have a little time.
Can I make a big announcement yet?
Well, I suppose
We got 20.
come
We got it's
on.
20 minutes till closing.
we got.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
All right,
Laura
sweet.
Lou has been dying to break this news. So
Yes, I really have. Listen,
so hit your drum beats.
you got the sound effects over there.
Hey, I try.
We can't find them.
Next week, thanks to our producer and manager Claudia and Mr. Golden over here, we had the opportunity to meet a Chattanooga artist named Mr. Slayton Dooley.
Slayton Dooley.
Slayton Dooley.
And I cannot, the name itself says it all, but he is a country / bluegrass artist, an amazing musician. And he is going to be in studio, and he may bring someone with him because he's going to bring his banjo.
Yep.
And they're going to play some acoustic music. He's going to sit in with us for the whole 2-hour show.
Yes.
And we are so excited to welcome him into the studio next week. He does have a couple singles out,
Yes.
one that he has written himself. But so the theme next week.
How about I give him a little teaser?
Oh, that would be great.
Okay, here's a little teaser of what is to come next week.
Get ready for it.
So that's what's coming next week.
Oh.
I'm not giving it away. You
And
it was
everybody,
just a teaser.
everybody get ready for Bluegrass
It
Night.
is Bluegrass Wednesday next Wednesday.
I might even bring my spoons.
If you
Oh,
if you want to hear the entire song, that's Mowbray Mountain Run.
Yes, this.
Yes.
Slayton Dooley is on YouTube. That's the Mowbray Mountain Run.
Yeah.
He's on
it's
Facebook
fantastic.
as well.
Yes.
He has an artist page on Facebook.
His artist page on Facebook. His music is on Spotify. You can download it. It is available on Amazon. But whenever he's here next week, we're going to discuss about all his music, what he's got going on.
He's got a ton of shows.
Because he's got a
too.
ton of shows coming up, and and on top of being the musician, songwriter, because he composed that Mowbray
Yes.
Mountain Run. That is music
His original.
That's
that's
yeah.
all original music that he composed.
That's all him.
So so we're gonna hear a lot from him, obviously throughout the 2-hour show, and get to know Slayton Dooley a little bit, and I think he's going to do some work with us as well.
I've watched the kid lots. I went and seen him several times. I watched him at Puckett's down in Chattanooga downtown. I saw him up at what's it called, Spanky's in Cleveland.
I know he plays a few places in Cleveland.
And
Yeah.
I saw him at a place way on the other side of town where he was actually in a rock band. Where he was playing rhythm guitar in a rock band.
Right.
So, I mean, this kid can play the
I think
bass.
he can play anything
Yeah.
with
He
strings,
can.
he?
He may could even play the drums. I've never seen him play the drums, but it's not out of his it's not out of his reach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The first
Yes,
time
he can do it all.
Yeah, the first
Yeah.
time we saw Slayton, he was actually playing with a different artist, backing him up, and it was playing the banjo, and it was more of a traditional country.
Yeah.
So you have you guys have watched
it. It was kind
okay.
of a traditional country rock with that banjo music rocking in the background. So don't be scared. I know some people probably like, oh, bluegrass music.
No, this is
let me
it's
tell
an
you what.
electric banjo.
Good. Bluegrass.
It is going to be a great show because it's on top of the good old fashioned bluegrass. there are a lot of youngsters out there nowadays. It's formed the movement. It's a newgrass.
Yeah,
newgrass.
So there's a whole generation of new music coming out that fits in that genre. That isn't just the old hillbilly music either. So it's going to be. We're going to have a good mix of.
There's nothing wrong with some good old hillbilly music.
No.
Just saying.
Just because Laura Lou has taken me to her family reunions where I got to.
No joke.
I got to experience hillbilly hell.
That's the first thing he said. It took him about 10 minutes, and he's like, "Oh my God, you took me to hillbilly hell." Yes, it was. I was invited. I mean, I was having a blast. He was just like, "Oh my God."
I can't understand.
What
shit
kind of
they're saying.
hillbilly hell did you bring me to?
I've got a great story about someone from up north.
What?
My sister was dating a guy from Buffalo.
Okay.
Oh, New York.
Yeah, he comes down and he's hanging out with us. And some of my friends are over, and we're all, he's standing there. We're all having beer. We're all talking, and all of a sudden he gets this blank look in his eye, and he wanders off. He just walks off. And I wonder where Randy went. So I go track him down. I'm like, hey, did one of my friends say something to you? Say something to offend you? He said, no, man. He said, after that third or fourth yam and y'all, I lost the conversation. I could not keep up.
No.
So that's us. That's us, dude.
So
Danny today said that he thinks bluegrass is good stuff, and I like what he calls it. He calls it jazz for beer drinkers.
Jazz for beer drinkers.
I like it.
I like that.
That's the perfect explanation.
For a couple of hillbillies that come from, we live in the mountains. And,
We do.
And we come, even up in Ohio, we live in Appalachia.
Right.
Appalachia.
Yes. So we're hillbillies that just relocated to the mountains.
Well, listen, if y'all have ever seen The Darlings, on Andy Griffith,
That is her family.
I'm not even kidding.
That is her family.
We have been
She
known
grew
to
up
rock
with
the
Darlings.
washboard and play the spoons, and
And who knows?
Yeah, y'all
who
them
knows?
uppercase ones.
We may just get a little dooley. Cause that's what they always said on the Andy Griffith show. Can I play dooley? So,
oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
yes.
Oh,
So
that's
we may have a little dooley next week.
Dooley.
Right on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can.
Are you gonna sing?
No,
Are you gonna sing?
nah, no karaoke.
You
on the
know
radio.
you know all these songs by heart.
I probably do. I do know the other song that he has
But
on.
there's the only thing
YouTube.
about you doing karaoke is that you can actually sing.
Get enough
No,
rum. We'll get
no,
enough rum in her. Take next Thursday off.
So that means we need a theme for the following week.
That's right. Oh, we did have.
So
Yes,
somebody did request.
okay, what was the?
I think you guys were a week ahead of your time though, because somebody requested a themes. Our theme to be drinking.
drinking.
Yes.
Don't need it.
Well, I think we kind of covered that. Well, we went drinking in
But
Mexico.
drinking songs.
Drinking
Let me tell
songs.
you, we went drinking in Mexico, but there's never a bad time to go drinking, so we can drink again. So
There's no doubt in my mind.
we can always drink. We can get a little drinky drink.
So someone said we need. It might
Okay.
have. I can't remember.
All right, so good old country fashion. The week we're going to do some bluegrass, and then how about the
Then we'll do
following
some
week we're going to
drinking.
do some good old drinking songs, and then
Hey, I have the perfect song
and then
in
keep
mind.
coming up with ideas for later on down the road. But for now, in this show, we're still doing travel, and we got the hippie chick is sitting out there, and she just kind of looks a little down today. So how about we just load up in the hippie chick's little VW van and take a trip? Oh, VW van, that goes out to the hippie chick who's sitting out there at the chocolate bar listening in
We
tonight.
love you.
We love you. So, I guess I was a little ambitious about tonight's show because there was so much music that I downloaded and bought for tonight's show, and I haven't even scratched the surface.
How many songs do we normally play a week? Maybe a dozen. Not even a dozen.
No, but
In the 2 hours.
I got
we can't
to
shut up.
that's what I told you.
I can't shut up.
When it come to this topic, there were so many songs that you would go because you could go in so many different
Well,
directions.
Ginger wants to put in a vote. She wants to narrow it down a little bit.
Okay.
Put in a vote for airplane songs.
airplane songs.
Traveling
Yes.
on airplane.
Songs about flying on an airplane.
Well, you really want to give me a challenge, don't you?
He needs one.
Especially when we're
Yes.
talking about country music. Give me some time on that one.
Well, here's another
I'm
thing.
going to have to dig deep into the archives.
See,
for
and
that one.
most of the music needs to be, it can't be like what you call it mainstream. It needs to be independent artists.
Yeah, I tried.
Or YouTube
Most
will
of it,
flag
yeah.
us. So
'Cause I've tried to.
Although they have not been. knock on
play.
wood.
Well, tonight I've been going back.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not current mainstream.
Right.
You know, I've been playing oldies but goodies, as they would say.
Right.
So.
Well, so before I know that we're getting close to wrapping up, but
Yes.
before we go, I
right.
have a message for Tiki Man out there.
Okay, go ahead.
We have received several
is
votes
listening.
tonight for Miss Claudia started it. Sorry, Claudia.
That would be our
For
producer
a-
manager, Claudia.
For a monthly karaoke night at the chocolate bar.
Oh, I can see his head shaking.
Hell no, damn karaoke.
Okay,
that's
the hip chick's out there going, yes, yes, and Danny's sitting there going, oh hell no.
Well, listen. You listen to the majority about the T-shirts, so now they want you to listen about karaoke. They are voting for the last weekend of the month for karaoke at the chocolate bar every month.
I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
I offered to make him a whole catalog with lyrics and everything, and he said, "Hell no."
well, Danny, what we can do, Danny, is we can go to the meeting, hang out at the house. I'll build you a fire. I'll cook you some chicken.
Ladies' night
give you some
karaoke
beer.
at the chocolate bar.
And we can hang out at my house, and that way we're not too far away in case something goes wrong.
Yeah. So like I said, I I don't know about that. Yeah.
Only with a cover charge.
We could do a ladies' night at the chocolate bar and a men's night at Golden's for all the guys who don't want
The karaoke.
the karaoke. Listen, I can hear him yelling no through the glass in the studio. No. We never hear anything from out there, but I can hear the no.
So as I was saying, as we said, I downloaded music I didn't even touch the surface of because, and it's all y'all's fault. Yours fault, your fault, everybody's fault is because, that one, when I prepare for the 2-hour show and then all of a sudden that one night you threw a third hour into me and then I'm pulling stuff out of my butt.
We did great.
For the next hour. So now I've gotten into the habit of I over prepare
Right?
just in case.
So that you don't have any more porn song moments.
Yeah, cause that was bad. Playing a song I had never listened to before. But who would have ever guessed that the song with Boat Party as the title was an instrumental?
Was a 70s porn song.
And it sounded like a 70s.
Yeah.
Brown ticka bow bow.
Yeah, the dog pointed that one out. No, it was Scott. That was Darren that pointed that one out.
So we may have to revisit the whole travel theme again, so that I can get to a lot, because there's a lot of good songs that we're just not going to get to tonight. I mean,
I know, it's sad.
I'm sad. I got a tear in my eye. You can't tell, but I got a tear in my eye.
Oh,
So,
No.
but hey, with that being said, it's time to do the wrap up. So we have to tell you about all the programming that we got going on here at Tiki Man Radio. Again, Friday night we have Island Vibes with Scotty Chill. 7 to 9 p.m. You want to tune. You never know what he's going to play either, because
He plays a big variety.
he plays
really
a big
does.
variety. He has played everything from rock to country.
Willie was doing reggae one night.
Willie
if I
doing
remember right.
reggae. Yeah,
That was
so you just never know what to expect with Scotty Chill. So make sure you tune in every Friday night, 7 to 9 p.m. for Scotty Chill, and then Saturday mornings of course, it's Jukebox Saturday morning. As the Tiki Man says, it starts when you get up, Buttercup. It's all that shagging on the beach music, complete with all the retro commercials. So talk about the vinyl. There you go. There's the retro right there.
It's a fun time.
So,
Yeah.
and then we end out the week with Sunday mornings with the Tiki Man, 10 a.m. every Sunday morning. The Tiki Man, the Hip Chick, J-Man, and myself, we're all here, and never know what's gonna happen there, and what guests the Tiki Man's gonna have this week. I don't know. So it could be a surprise. It's going to be a surprise. How about a surprise?
Surprise.
Sounds like a good surprise. And then, when we get rolling back in through the week, we got to have Blame It on Buffett. That's also Mondays at 7 p.m. So that is a great show. Great interviews you need to listen to.
And hopefully sometime in the future we'll be having K-Kutch, I hope.
K-Kutch.
When is your show going to start?
When you going to give us some of that little West Coast style over there?
We need some sunny California on in the studio.
Yeah, so hopefully K-Kutch will jump on board because, all you got to do, you never know what happens when you become the Tiki Head DJ for a day, which if you want to be the next Tiki Head DJ for a day, reach out to the Tiki Man at tikimanradio@gmail.com, and he will give you all the details and get you all set up. So you too, you may be the next regular voice on Tiki Man Radio.
The next superstar.
We're looking at you, DJ FX.
Yes, DJ FX.
What was that Saturday Night Live skit? Superstar.
No, you have to put your fingers between your arms and then you have to sniff them.
Superstar.
Oh, that's disturbing. I forgot
Yes,
about
that is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm lucky I didn't have that one on the camera. Of course, as usual, we have to thank our sponsors.
Yes.
Tonight's show, as usual, is always brought by Legends Travel. They're great partners, the official travel company of Tiki Man Radio. If you are wanting to take a vacation, all-inclusive resort, cruise, Disney trips, whatever it may be, contact Joe and his crew at 732-831-5200 and let them take care of you. They are a full-service travel agency. You're not going to call and get some press 1 for English, press 2. You're not going to get to that. You're going to talk to somebody real who is going to answer your questions and help you design that perfect vacation. And, of course, if there's a little ripple in the water, that's okay, because Legends Travel will have you covered, and they will take care of you every step of the way. So reach out to them, 732-831-5200. And as usual, thank you to MFG Records for the Tropical Live Cam here on YouTube. We can't do it without you guys, and we appreciate hanging in with us even when we get a little derailed. So
I think some people are a little sad that I'm back.
I don't think so.
Oh, no.
I wouldn't think that.
No.
After last week, you guys were so funny. Yeah. I was afraid I lost my job.
And just like that, we ran over.
I can't do that.
We just
it's
ran
because
over.
I opened my mouth again.
Yeah, just like that, you put me over time.
I can't do that every week.
It is the end of the road for us tonight. We will see you back here next Wednesday, 7 to 9 p.m. at Tropical Country, B-Dawg and Lou. Have a great week. It's the end of the road here with Danny Hoy.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.